Good afternoon, Mr. Legislator. I really appreciate you taking the time to meet with me. My name is Kristen Guthrie. I'm the Vice President of Marketing and Communication at Visit Fort Wayne. And I'm sure you have meetings every day where people are asking you for money, but I assure you, this is not that meeting. Your predecessor, in their wisdom, established a wonderful funding mechanism for tourism promotion and development here in Indiana. And I wanted to share how we're using that money here in Allen County to benefit the residents, visitors, and entire Northeast Indiana community. And I wanted to just equip you so that you're able to advocate for that, understand if that funding becomes threatened, you can be a partner in this effort. And of course, you can share any questions or concerns that you have that we might better work together. I'm going to start by sharing a PowerPoint with you if you don't mind. Um, Always tricky to be on the spot like this. Here we go. Um, Thank you. And I wanted to share a little more with you, if I might. As you may know, Visit Fort Wayne is the organization that promotes our city and county as a destination, and we lead the growth and development of visitor experiences. 9.2 million visitors bring 1.1 billion in spending to our community every year. It's a big industry. It's the ninth largest in Allen County, in fact, and you can see here the economic benefit it brings to our community. We do this by bringing groups to Fort Wayne. We bring conventions, tournaments, all sorts of fun events, and we bring leisure families here to enjoy our museums, attractions, activities, entertainment. We advertise our community, and we are the ones branding it as a world-class, family-friendly destination throughout the world. I want to share a short video, tells you a little more about how we do that, and it's kind of fun.
Fort Wayne, Indiana is a great place to live, and our outstanding quality of life makes it a great place to visit, too. That's right, all the great restaurants, attractions, and events that we love are also awesome for visitors to explore and enjoy. In fact, thousands of visitors explore Allen County every single day. But their visits aren't just fun, they are big business. The spending of our 9.2 million visitors annually supports our businesses and fuels our economy, making us a better place to live, work, and play. So, how do we calculate the total impact of tourism to our region? The answer goes much deeper than you think. Come along as we learn how that visitor spending flows throughout our community. Leisure travelers like this family of four come to our community ready to make waves. They are eager to spend their money on a wide variety of vacation fun, from attraction visits and kayak and bike rentals to festivals, events, and delicious dining. All this spending is recognized as direct revenue fueling our tourism industry. Every year, Fort Wayne sees more than $1.1 billion in visitor spending flow into our economy. In fact, 10% of all spending in our community is new money brought here by visitors. But our story goes deeper than just direct dollars. Fort Wayne is also host to hundreds of conventions and meetings each year, like one of our splashiest favorites, the National Fishing Lure Collectors Club. This national event has already met here 6 times, and they can't wait to return. And when they do, will be one of the hundreds of annual conventions that pours new spending into our city, bringing their direct sales impact along with a second wave of revenue to discover. Hotels have to hire workers, restaurants need chefs, attractions need supplies, and concert venues need musicians. From basic supplies to professional services, Fort Wayne can't stay afloat without an army of local businesses on board. These are the indirect economic impacts of Allen County tourism, and they run deep. Every year, our hospitality industry indirectly generates another $119 million in tax revenue, which makes these groups and their spending a real keeper. And did you know that Allen County's hospitality industry supplies 14,135 direct jobs in the county, making it our ninth largest industry? Here in Fort Wayne, we're also known for hosting dozens of tournaments and sports events each year, from the NCAA to youth tournaments of all types. And we're gaining notoriety as a home for our frozen friends, too, hosting events like USA Curling's Wheelchair Championships and sled hockey tournaments from around the globe. In addition to the direct and indirect revenue they bring, they can also help us understand the induced economic impacts for our region. You see, all this cash flows downstream, impacting every citizen of Allen County. In fact, each of our households would have to pay an additional $770 in taxes each year to maintain our current level of public services. When we welcome visitors to our community, their dollars make big waves, creating new jobs, increasing wages, improving real estate, generating tax revenues, and raising our overall standard of living. In Fort Wayne, we are building a world-class city that our residents and visitors treasure, a place that is overflowing with opportunity. Our visitors are a vital part of the economic puzzle, supporting and sustaining the businesses and amenities that we enjoy here in Allen County. And that's the power of tourism.
Thank you for letting me share that with you. Let me share a little bit more about how we're funded. Um, in Allen County, there's an 8% innkeeper's tax when someone spends the night at a hotel or Airbnb here in our great city. There's an 8% tax levied on them. 5% goes to fund the Grand Wayne Convention Center. 3% is the budget of Visit Fort Wayne. We combine that with advertising revenue, grants, and sponsorships, but that's where our funding comes from. So, what would happen if that funding disappeared? If that funding was taken away, what would happen? Well, last year we booked 63 meetings, conventions, and sports tournaments in Fort Wayne. Without our efforts, our community would lose $32.8 million from that 1 year of effort. Gone without Visit Fort Wayne. We advertise our community, as I mentioned. I talked to partners at the Tin Caps, the Fort Wayne Zoo, the Embassy Theater. All of them tout over 40% of their visitors are from outside Allen County. Without our advertising of those community assets, many of those visitors would not be coming. And these vital attractions, museums, hotels would be in grave danger. We're the only organization doing the branding and promoting our community. We work with the city in Greater Fort Wayne to do that. But last year we hosted 19 journalists. We had 157 articles written about Fort Wayne. None of those would have been written without the work of Visit Fort Wayne. The tourism master plan you participated in was an amazing process, which has brought 17 new initiatives to our community. You know of many of them. They're a big part of what we do and what our community is all about, including becoming one of the most accessible cities in the country. And that work would not be done without the leadership of Visit Fort Wayne. Oh, excuse me, we jumped one there. We're the only people partnering with our eighth largest, ninth largest industry. We're the people advocating for these businesses, bringing them together, and growing this vital economic driver. So, what's the value to our residents? I'm going to share some data with you at the end, but we do provide all of this information to our residents as well. Our website hosts 3 million people a year, and 40% of them are Allen County residents. They use those tools to grow community pride, to find things to see and do. It's an important part of their quality of life. We have a value to businesses. Those that partner with us receive the majority of their traffic comes through our links because our site is so popular and we work so hard to advertise our restaurants, hotels, attractions, museums. It really benefits our businesses. And as I said, we drive demand, filling their need period, bringing them more guests. Businesses find it very valuable to partner with Visit Fort Wayne. Our community's reputation has been promoted and built by our PR efforts and our ability to bring new audiences and new attention to Fort Wayne. We also love promoting this destination as a whole and advocating for them. As I mentioned, we did a study with Smari Insights that showed that 87% of our residents think tourism is good for the community. 94% believe that tourism benefits the area. That's tremendous. This isn't Fort Lauderdale. We know that. But our visitors love the fact that we host so many great groups, conventions, and visitors here. Our residents love that, excuse me, and they want to continue to grow that and promote that, and they think it's a very valuable to their quality of life as well. In fact, you can see there in the high 90s, people feel that Fort Wayne receives a high 90% of benefit from tourism. That's tremendous. And they also believe that advertising is a good return on investment. You know, a lot of people question ad dollars. We certainly hear that during the Super Bowl, don't we? But our Fort Wayne residents believe that that money is well spent and resulting in a great promotion and benefit to our community. We're so glad our residents are behind what we do. And they're very they connect it to what Visit Fort Wayne does, which we are very grateful. Over 70% of residents are familiar with Visit Fort Wayne. They use our tools and resources, and they value our work. So, I just wanted to sum up by sharing this wheel with you because what we do is so intrinsically tied to our community. If you build a place where people want to visit, you'll build a place where people want to live. We love those new residents and we want to welcome them here because we know that if you build a place where people want to live, you'll build a place where people want to work. And our work with Greater Fort Wayne shows us that when you build a place where people want to work, you build a place where businesses need to be. We've seen this in the development at Promenade Park. We built a beautiful place people wanted to visit, and now people want to live here. And so businesses are relocating here to work with those new residents. It's a tremendous benefit. And lastly, when you build the place where business has to be, you build a place where people want to visit. We've seen that at Electric Works, a place where business is vital and a place where our residents enjoy being, and a place they want to share with our visitors who have loved and benefited from that development as well. I just want to close by thanking you again for your time and encouraging you to ask any other questions so that we can share with you really the value of that innkeeper's tax and how it is being put back into our community and these efforts and how we're all benefiting from them. Thank you again for your time.